We've arrived at step 12 of the loan process. So in this step, your underwriter is now going to get and review your file. So a lot of people think that this underwriter is a big, mean person that sits behind their desk and overanalyzes all of the documents and asks for thing after thing after thing. That's not necessarily the case. However, they do have a very hard job. They are officially licensed by the HUD department, and they do have their own specific numbers. So they do have to follow guidelines to a T because they're putting their stamp of approval on your actual loan file. A little hidden gem of a fact: I used to be an underwriter for a long portion of my career, which means when I'm pre-approving you in the beginning, I am going through everything with a fine-tooth comb ahead of time just to make sure you're fully prepared. So the underwriter is now going to get the file that our loan processor has prepared and the story that they have put together on your home purchase. It is that underwriter's responsibility at that time to make sure all of the contracts have the T's crossed and the I's dotted. Have to make sure that we're within all of our time periods. They're going to review the appraisal report, make sure there's no discrepancies as far as square footage, comparables that were used, make sure that the appraiser followed all of the guidelines. They're going to look at the title report, make sure that there's no liens or easements that could impact you. They have a whole lot of work to do on your loan file. So they're not mean. They just have to make sure that all of the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. They're going to then, after they review everything, including your income, and sometimes the underwriters might have a different view on the income that was determined by the processor. So they'll come back to the processor and ask for clarification. The underwriter will always issue what is called a conditional loan approval. A conditional loan approval is a very normal part of the process. At that time, they're going to ask for anything that they may have spotted that's missing, and we're going to have to comply. So let's say that you had a large deposit into your bank account that my processor didn't see. Let's say you had a $5,000 deposit and nobody knows where it came from. We're going to come back to you and say, hey, the underwriter would like clarification on where this came from, and we're going to need you to document where it came from. So just be prepared to provide anything that is asked of you. And we will do anything we can to make it as easy on you as possible. So don't hesitate to reach out to us for help on that. As they're asking you for documents, they may also be asking the real estate agents, the title company, and the escrow companies for documents as well. That underwriter has a responsibility to get all of those documents back before they can clear you for your final loan doc signing.